First of all, thanks everybody for being here. Really proud of my team and how we handled some adversity on Wednesday at Jackson State. So appreciative of the administration there at Jackson State and as well as the officiating crew and how everything was handled. We had an unfortunate situation with a leaky roof, and just everybody's concerned about the safety of our players. Both teams led us to move to the Jackson Coliseum, and still supposed to play at 11, didn't play till 2. Didn't really get in that arena and shoot very much, and so again, proud of my team for their focus. I thought it started early that morning with breakfast and film. I thought they were great when we got to the arena early and got up extra shots. I liked our approach, and I just thought it carried on throughout the day. For 3 quarters, that's probably as good as we've played defensively all year. We were absolutely horrible in the 4th quarter, but for 3 quarters, we were really good. So I think we're making progress. It's always frustrating for me that we can't put it all together for 4 quarters, but I think we're getting better and better, and so I'm anxious to see them today at practice. We had yesterday off, and got to get ready for a really good Southern Cal team. They had their first conference game last night and had a nail biter down to the wire with number 10 UCLA, and so we're going to have to play really well. Obviously, they have so many weapons. It's been a while, y'all, since I've seen a team that has this many players that shoot the 3 ball so well. I mean, they have 5, 6 players that shoot it 33% or better. 3 of them are in the 40s, and so we're going to have to, but that's their inside play is really, really good. They have great point guard play in Destiny Littleton, who I'm familiar with from South Carolina. And so they're a veteran team, really, really old team, got a lot of transfers, and boy, she's got them playing great. And, of course, again, a lot of respect and admiration for the head coach as well as her staff. So we're going to have to play really well on Sunday, but excited about the opportunity. And, I think the more I can keep this group together and playing. I thought Hattie Khadijah was special, had a double-double, 14 and 12, just really battled all game long. We actually got some mileage out of FOM, which we haven't gotten in quite some time. And so, I just thought we really had some kids step up and played pretty well the other night. So, again, got our hands full this weekend.
We'll start with Danny and then go to Jeff.
Vic, I guess 2-part question. Obviously, the Texas fans are familiar with Destiny as well. Could you talk a little bit more just about what you've seen from her? And then as a coach, I guess how impressed are you with the job the staff has done? Because Lindsay's obviously involved, but she's out on maternity leave, so they're having to step up in different areas there. So how impressed are you with that coaching staff and the job they've done so far this season?
Well, very impressed. And again, they were undefeated until last night. And so I think the thing that jumps out about you, this team, is, boy, they're really trying to get after you on defense. And they do. Starts with, I think Littleton has such presence on the floor. Again, a veteran player, plays with a lot of passion. And again, their bigs are really faceted. They're not just back to the basket players. They're really good off the bounce, Danny. Like, they attack you. So we're going to have to really be cognizant of that and defend them, for that. But just really impressed with the whole team and watching them play over the course of the season. And again, last night, boy, they're good, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Pac-12.
Jeff, go ahead.
when you have an injury to a player like Leah, do you sit down other players like Hattie and emphasize the opportunity that's in front of them, or do you just kind of wait for them to see it, knowing that they saw the injury as well and they know what to expect?
Yeah, I think kids are pretty, they're pretty aware of what's going on, and somebody like Hattie, who's a junior, I think we pointed out, and I know we've pointed it out to our team, and again, it's such a disappointing thing and devastating, really, when something like that happens to a young person. But again, then it's how you respond. It's opportunity, and it's when you get that opportunity, kids say, "Play me, and I'll show you." Coaches say, "Show me in practice, and I'll play you." And so, now we've got people that have been wanting some extra more playing time. Well, now they're going to get it. So, um, thought for the day. Let me see if I can get to it, Jeff. Never give up on a dream because of the time it will take to accomplishment. Opportunity follows struggle. It follows hard work. It doesn't come before. Focus on why you are good enough. So opportunity follows struggle. And, we've struggled this year. No question about it. We've had our share of injuries, more than I've ever had in my career, for a season, much less for a month. And so it's really been hard on the old man, to be quite honest with you, to see these kids go through what they've gone through, knowing how hard we work in our program year round, and the focus that we really try to maintain. So there is opportunity though there now, and it's great to see someone like Hattie. Boy, she played really good the other night, y'all. I mean, made some tough shots, really tough shots, and guards didn't shoot it overly great, but I thought our inside people really did a good job against their size. They had 6'5" and 6'6" out there, and our bigs did a nice job.
Terry, go ahead.
Coach Schaefer, good morning. So a couple days ago, Chris Plonsky was recognized for 2023 Naismith Outstanding Contributor to Women's Basketball. Can you share your insight or your thoughts on just the impact that Chris has had not only on Texas program, but in women's basketball in general?
Well, she served on so many committees throughout the course of her career that deal with basketball. She's been on USA basketball committees. She served in conference offices that oversaw women's basketball. And, I think she'd tell you that she's really I won't say that basketball's her passion, because I know she wants all women's sports to be successful, but she is passionate about women's basketball. And I just think it's a great example of an impact that a person can have on a sport. And again, my best story about CP is simply when I was at A&M, and it was the season before, it was the summer before our national championship team. My son gets hurt. He's in a horrific accident. He's on life support. 4 days intensive care for 11, have to take him to Tier in Houston for rehab. He's 14-year-old, skinny-waisted, broad-shouldered baseball player that can't walk, can't talk, can't hold the fork in his right hand, drooling out of the left side of his mouth. And Chris Plonsky from the University of Texas sends Vic Schaefer, the assistant coach at Texas A&M, a note letting him know that they're thinking about us at Texas and that their thoughts and prayers are with us. I think that says who she is and what she's about. Again, not a whole lot of correspondence between those two schools, and rightfully so. But in that moment, you put all that to the side, and not many will, but she did. And I'll always remember that about her. And it's one of the things that I've held on to for a long, long time. Even when I decided to leave Mississippi State and come to Texas, I knew what kind of administrator she was, and it had nothing to do with the day-to-day operations of what I'd be dealing with.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Danny, did you have another one?
Yeah. Vic, is there an update on Taylor?
Nothing new. She's continued to be evaluated. We've got another, I think there'll be another appointment here in the next few days, but nothing new. She won't play today, won't play this weekend.
Okay. And I know they're on different timelines with their recovery processes, but is there anything good about Aaliyah and Jordana and I guess Gisela when she gets here, kind of going through the same rehab process, being able to lean on each other and share experiences, or are they too far away apart in their timelines for that to matter?
Yeah, I didn't know where you're going with that. There's never anything good that comes of being injured, but I do think there's comfort in each other, that they'll have comfort in one another. There'll be certainly different timelines, but I think each of them can lean on each other throughout the process. Certainly Jordana can explain to Aaliyah what she's feeling and some of the anxiety or concerns or just how hard it is, and so I think that Gisela as well. And so obviously Amo will be behind them a little bit, but certainly those two can relate with her and kind of give her some comfort, knowing, hey, you're going to get past that. Hey, that's going to get better. Hey, this is going to happen here. Don't worry about that. Those kinds of things.
Jeff?
Coach, a moment ago, you looked around the laptop and you shared the thought of the day, I think is what it was called. Is that just for you, or is that something that do you share a thought of the day with the team and y'all talk about that every day?
Yeah, it's every day. Yeah, we have a thought for the day every day. And so I said that was today's thought for the day. I think it was actually, it's either the next one or the one that was behind me. I can't keep up, but here's my practice plan. And at the very top is my thought for the day. So today's thought for the day is, it takes all week to beat somebody. It doesn't happen on game day. It's your preparation. It's your approach. So that again, that's probably more of a football thought for the day, right? It takes all week. At the same time, for me, it takes the next 2 days. If we're going to win on Sunday, we got to win Friday and Saturday. And so what we do all week helps us win on the weekends. And so I have a player read this. I pick a player every day and to read the thought for the day. And they read it twice. They read it 2 times before we start practice. Then when practice is over, we come back together in the circle. They read it for the last time, and they always finish with snapping their fingers. I don't know what that means, but it means good. So, I had when we gave Anissa her scholarship this summer, I had her read the thought for the day, and in the thought for the day was, something to the effect. There was a thought for the day, and then it said, "And congratulations, you're now on full scholarship." And she read it and she went, "What?" So it's a pretty cool moment, So anyway, that's what we do every day. Yeah.
Danny?
Vic, I don't know if you just chalk last year up to a weird circumstance, what happened in Vegas, but were you at all concerned or gun shy about signing up for this coast to coast challenge again because of what happened last year? Or was last year not relevant to this year's decision?
Yeah, I think that was just completely different. The people that organized it didn't have anything to do with Arizona coming down with COVID. So I wasn't concerned. In fact, when that happened and they went to work finding us a replacement team at 10:30 at night in the ballroom there in Las Vegas, it really showed me their commitment to trying to make the game work. So the opportunity to come back here, play in our state, play a really good quality team, we really didn't even think twice about it.
And I understand you have some good history at that American Airlines Center. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's been a couple of pretty big games in that arena that I've been a part of that were a lot of fun. The Final Four was there when we beat UConn, and then we had a knockdown drag out with Baylor in the Elite Eight in 11 when they had beat us 3 times that year, and then we get in the Elite Eight with them, and Brittany Griner and that group, and Sydney Carter was on our team, and we had another knockdown drag out, beat them 58-46, I think, or something like that. So it was a heck of a game. So I've got some pretty special memories in there for sure, no doubt. I'd like to add a third, by the way.
Anything else for Coach Schaefer?
Yeah, Jonathan, just for one quick question. Hey, Vic, it's Andrea. Can you just talk about your rotation? And I know you didn't play Shea and Jock until late in the game at Jackson State. Can you talk about that, and then just talk about maybe shortening your rotation, as if it can get any shorter with the injuries as you go into conference play?
Yeah, looking back, I'm trying to get certain kids playing together as much as possible right now. But at the same time, I think, both Shea and Jock are going to have to play. As much as we were ahead, I never was comfortable in that game the other night. And obviously in the fourth quarter, my uncomfortability was confirmed. And so it's nothing that I hope I don't have to shorten my guards. Shaylee played 40. Sonia played 37, I think. Rory fouled out, but Shea and Jock have got to play for us, and they've got to be efficient. And so I just think it was a kind of a quirk. I don't really think I'm thinking anything different than what we've been doing.
Thanks, Coach Schaefer. Thanks, everyone.
I appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and hook 'em horns.